Hi, welcome. In this lesson, we will make short answers and contractions for be-verb questions. Look at these questions and answers. Be-verb questions and short answers. Is San Francisco in California? Yes, it is. Are San Francisco and Oakland in Texas? No, they are not. Or, no, they're not. Or, no, they aren't. All right. Let's look at a few additional questions and answers. Is Maria from San Francisco? Yes, she is. Is San Francisco in California? Yes, it is. Is it a peninsula? Yes, it is. Are San Francisco and Oakland cities? Yes, they are. Now notice, each answer uses a pronoun. Yes, she. Yes, it. Yes, they. Is Maria from Venezuela? No, she is not. Or, no, she's not. Or, no, she isn't. Each negative answer has three possible forms. Regular form, no, she is not, and the contracted form, no, she's not, no, she isn't. Okay, let's try a few short answers. For example, I will make the question, is Maria from Paris? And you make three negative answers. No, she is not. No, she's not. No, she isn't. A long form and two contractions. Okay? Let's try it now. Is Maria from Paris? No, she is not. No, she's not. No, she isn't. Great. Is San Francisco in New York? No, it is not. No, it's not. No, it isn't. Great. Is it a state? No, it is not. No, it's not. No, it isn't. Are San Francisco and Oakland in Texas? No, they are not. No, they're not. No, they aren't. That's nice. Now, here's a quick summary of the short answer contractions. Contractions are not used with affirmative answers. Yes, I am. Yes, they are. That's it. Contractions are used with negative answers. Long form, no, I am not. Contractions, no, I'm not. Or no, they're not. Or no, they aren't. Okay, it's time for an exercise. In this exercise, write the answers to the questions using long form and contracted answers. For example, is San Francisco in California? Yes, it is. Is Maria from Texas? No, she is not. No, she's not. No, she isn't. Okay? Not too bad. Now, pause the program, look at the study guide, and please do the exercise. Return here afterwards. Let's look at your work from the exercise. Is San Francisco in California? You wrote, yes, it is. Is Maria from Texas? You wrote, no, she is not. And then, no, she's not. No, she isn't. Good. Is San Francisco a peninsula? Yes, it is. Are San Francisco and Oakland cities? Yes, they are. Is Wall Street in Mexico? No, it is not. And no, it's not. And no, it isn't. Okay, good. Are Helen and David in Hollywood? No, they are not. No, they're not. No, they aren't. That's good. I'll see you next time. Hi there. In this lesson, we're going to focus on long answers for be-verb questions. Take a look at the graphic. We often use long answers to be specific. For a singular you, are you from Mexico? Answer, no, I'm not from Mexico. Or no, I am not from Mexico. Positive? Yes, I'm from Mexico. Yes, I am from Mexico. Okay? Now, plural you. Are you from India? Are you all from India? No, we aren't from India. Or yes, we are from India. Okay? Let's try some more of these. You, singular, one person. Are you from Paris? Yes, I'm from Paris. Or no, I'm not from Paris. Are you from Baghdad? No, I'm not from Baghdad. Are you from Tel Aviv? Yes, I'm from Tel Aviv. Now listen again. This time, you, plural, 2 or 3, you all. Are you from Tokyo? No, we aren't from Tokyo. Are you from Germany? No, we're not from Germany. Are you from London? Yes, we are from London, or we're from London. All right? 2 possibilities because there are 2 yous. A single you and a many you. Let's try a practice. I'll make the question, and you make the long answer. You choose yes, no, affirmative, or negative. You are the boss. All right, now let's try a few. David, are you from Chicago? Yes, I'm from Chicago. Or no, I'm not from Chicago. Are you all from India? No, we aren't from India. Helen, are you from Istanbul? Yes, I'm from Istanbul. Are you all from Hong Kong? No, we're not from Hong Kong. Tina, are you from St. Petersburg? Yes, I'm from St. Petersburg. Or no, I'm not from St. Petersburg. Pierre, are you from France? Yes, I'm from France. Good. Let's try a couple of exercises now. And in this exercise, you will write both the long and the short answer to the question. For example, is San Francisco a peninsula? You write, yes, San Francisco is a peninsula. Short answer, yes it is. All right? That's quite easy. Now, pause the program, look at the study guide, and complete the exercise. Return here when you're finished. Let's review the exercise. Is San Francisco a peninsula? You wrote, yes, long answer, San Francisco is a peninsula? Short answer, yes it is. Is Los Angeles a city? Yes, Los Angeles is a city. Yes, it is. Is Paris an island? No, Paris is not an island. No, it isn't. Is New York City a state? No, New York City isn't a state. No, it isn't. Is London a city? Long answer, yes, London is a city. Yes, it is. Is Paris in Mexico? No, Paris isn't in Mexico. Short answer, no, it's not. That's great. I'll see you in the next lesson. Hello again. In this lesson, we will look at demonstrative pronouns. Demonstrative pronouns are pronouns that show or demonstrate. Take a look at this diagram. A diagram is a picture. The pronouns, this and these, are used for near items, objects near the speaker. The pronouns that and those, they're used for objects far from the speaker. This and that, singular. These and those, plural. Got it? Good. Okay, now let's try to work through some of these demonstrative pronouns. And at the same time, I'll introduce some new words. This is a book. These are books. This is an envelope. These are envelopes. This is a mailing label. These are mailing labels. That is a stapler. Those are staples. And those are file folders. That is a calculator. And this is a cell phone. This is a paper clip. Those are paper clips. All right? Good. Now let's do a practice with these demonstrative pronouns. You're going to make the sentences. Here we go. This is a book. Good. These are books. Perfect. This is an envelope. These are envelopes. Very good. This is a mailing label. These are mailing labels. Perfect. This is a cell phone. Those are file folders. Great. That's a stapler. That's a calculator. Great. Those are envelopes. Those are staples. That's great. All right, and now for this exercise, I'd like you to write short sentences using this, that, these, and those, but you must pay attention to the words near and far. For example, under near, using the word staple, you will write, this is a staple, near this. Under far, using the word calculator, you will write, that is a calculator, that for far. Okay? Great. Now, pause your program, look at the study guide, and please do the exercise. Return here and we'll review it. All right, let's review this exercise. We'll use the near objects first. Staple, this is a staple. Books, these are books. Mailing labels, these are mailing labels. Book, this is a book. Envelope, this is an envelope. Now the far objects. Calculator, that is a calculator. Stapler, that is a stapler. File folders, those are file folders. Staples, those are staples. That's perfect. I look forward to seeing you next time. Hello again. In this lesson, we study question words. 3 WH question words. Look at these examples. Who? Who are they? They are Maya and Tomas. What? What is today? Today is Tuesday. Where? Where is Professor Chung? He is in the classroom. Okay. Now, look at these question words in their contracted forms. They form regular be-verb contractions. Look at this. Who are they? They're Professor and Mrs. Chung. Who's your friend? He's Ivan. What's the date? It's June 27th. Where's the party? It's at the Lido. Remember, we usually don't write the contractions, but we always say them. All right, now let's try this practice. Try to make some WH questions after me. I will say the statement, the sentence. You will make the question, okay? It's June 27th. What's the date, or what is the date? They are Maria and David. Who are they? The party is at the Lido. Where's the party? You got it? Okay, let's try some. It's June 27th. What's the date? Good. Or what is the date? They are Maria and David. Who are they? The party is at the Lido. Where's the party? Good. They are Professor and Mrs. Chung. Who are they? Today is Saturday. What is today? Today is Sunday. What is today? Good. He is Robert. Who is he? Good. The party is in the restaurant. Where is the party? The party is next door. Where's the party? She is Masayo. Who's she? Ivan is in the classroom. Who's in the classroom? Or, where is Ivan? Great. It's July 6th. What's the date? They are Helen and Willie. Who are they? That's great. Now, take a look at this. Here's a summary of these WH question words so far. Who is for people. What is for things or for ideas. And where for place and location. Okay. Now remember the question word signals for this next exercise. In this exercise, you'll practice writing answers to who, what, and where questions. For example, you will see, who's your favorite actor? And you will write, my favorite actor is Tom Cruise. Okay? So pause your program, look at the study guide, And please complete the exercise. All right, let's review. Who's your favorite actor? My favorite actor is Tom Cruise. What's your occupation or job? I'm a professor. Where are Willie and Helen? They are in the classroom, they're in the room, etc. Many possibilities. Who's your best friend? My best friend is Maria. What's the date? It's the 27th of June. Who's your teacher? My teacher is Professor Chung. Where are Ivan and Masayo? They're in the restaurant. Where are you from? I'm from Ukraine. That's great. And I'll see you next time. Hello. The focus of this lesson is vocabulary, and specifically the vocabulary of time. It includes numbers, clock time, days of the week, and days of the month. Very important stuff. Let's begin with the numbers. You probably know these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And the ordinal numbers, or the ordinals. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, and 12th. Notice the ordinals look a little like their words. First, st. Second, und. Third, erd. Fourth, th. Okay. Now, let's work with some what questions and put the answers together with numbers and time expressions. I'll show you what I mean. What's your address? My address is 125 Main Street. What's the date? The date is the 2nd of June or the 4th of March. Another way to say the date is June 2nd or March 4th. What's the price? It's $25. What's the time? It's 3 o'clock. What time is it? It's 3 o'clock. What's the day? It's Monday. Or what day is it? It's Tuesday. And what's today? Today's Sunday. Not bad, huh? All right, so let's practice these. Let's try saying some answers with the numbers and time expressions. For example, I'll say the question, what's your address? And you make the answer. My address is 2 Main Street, 7 Elm Street. You tell me. Okay? Let's try these. What's your address? My address is 27 Harrow Street. Good. What's the date? The date is June 4th. Or remember, the 4th of June. Good. What's the price? The price is $120. What's the time? It's 3 o'clock. What time is it? It's 3:10. What's the day? It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. What day is it? It's Saturday. And what's today? Today is Saturday. That's great. Here's another question you should know and a few time expressions. What are the days of the week? And the answer is very important. The days of the week are Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Good. And a final important question. What are the months of the year? And the answer, the months of the year are January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. Okay. Now let's try an exercise. This time we'll have an opportunity to write the answers to some of these WH questions. You will see the question, what's the fourth month of the year? And you will write the answer. The fourth month of the year is April. Okay. Now, pause the program, look at the study guide, and please do the exercise. Come right back here when you're finished. All right, let's review that exercise. You saw, what's the fourth month of the year? Question. And you wrote, the fourth month of the year is April. What's your address? You wrote, my address is 12 Main Street. What's the price? And you wrote, it is $20. What's the time? It's 3 o'clock. What time is it? It's 10 o'clock. What's the day? It's Monday. What day is it? It's Thursday. What's today? Today's Saturday. That's great. Good job. I'll see you next time. Hi there. The focus of this lesson is other verbs. We call them other verbs because they are not be verbs. Look at the forms of the other verbs. We use the base form, for example, live, and we use the S form, for example, lives, in affirmative statements. So they live in Moscow, or he lives in Moscow. Okay? Now we have seen the two forms. Let's look at additional verbs in the affirmative sentences. Remember, these are other verbs, other than be. Live, I live in Veracruz. He lives in Singapore. Like, I like New York. It's fun. He likes Rome. It's also fun. Go. I go to Chicago in the summer. He goes to Berlin. Now, go is a special verb. I'll get back to that. Visit. I visit France each year. She visits Latvia. Begin. I begin work at 8 o'clock. She begins at 6. Use. I use a ballpoint pen. She uses a roller ball pen. Notice the two forms, the base form and the S form. Okay, now I want you to listen carefully. I'm going to read a passage which contains some of these verbs. Of course, you've got to listen carefully. Here we go. The baseball couple. Mr. Dalton lives in New York City. He likes the city very much. He often goes to the theater and the museums. He also likes baseball games. Miss Robinson lives in Los Angeles. She likes the ocean and the beaches. She often goes to New York, and she usually visits Mr. Dalton. She likes baseball too. so they often go to baseball games together. All right. Now, I'm going to read the passage once more, and this time you read it with me. Remember, the more you practice aloud, the better we're going to do. Here we go. The baseball couple. Mr. Dalton lives in New York City. He likes the city very much. He often goes to the theater and the museums. He also likes baseball games. Miss Robinson lives in Los Angeles. She likes the ocean and the beaches. She often goes to New York, and she usually visits Mr. Dalton. She likes baseball too. So they often go to baseball games together. All right, that's good. Now, we can practice saying sentences with all of these new verbs. Try to remember the information in the passage. For example, I say, live, Mr. Dalton, and then you say, Mr. Dalton lives in New York City. All right? Let's practice that. Live, Mr. Dalton. Good. Mr. Dalton lives in New York City. That's great. Like, he. Okay, you said he likes the city very much, or he likes New York very much. Go, he. He often goes to the theater and museums. Like, he. He also likes baseball games, right. Live, Miss Robinson. Miss Robinson lives in Los Angeles, that's right. Visit, she. She usually visits Mr. Dalton. Good. Like, she. She likes baseball too. Yes. And go, they. They often go to baseball games together. That's fantastic. Okay, let's try an exercise. It will give you a chance to write these sentences. You will see, live, and you will write, just as in the passage, Mr. Dalton lives in New York City. Got it? So put your program on pause, look at the study guide, and complete the exercise. Come back here afterwards. Okay, let's review the baseball couple. You saw live, and you wrote, Mr. Dalton lives in New York City. Like, he likes the city very much. Go, remember, go is a special verb. He often goes to the theater and the museum. Like, he also likes baseball games. Live, Miss Robinson lives in Los Angeles. Like, she likes the ocean and the beaches. Go, she often goes to New York. Visit, and she usually visits Mr. Dalton. Like, she likes baseball too. And go, so they often go to the baseball games together. Good job. See you next time. Hello. This lesson deals with other verbs and some new verbs and some irregular verbs. You remember the base forms and the S forms from previous lessons, take a look at this. Base form like becomes S form likes. Visit, base form, visits, S form. Now, irregular verbs have the base form, has, S form. Go, base form, goes, S form. Now you know why go is a special verb. It's an irregular verb. And do is an irregular verb. S form is does, D-O-E-S, pronounced does. All right, so we use the base form of the verb with I, you, we, they, the students. So I go to New York, you go to New York, we go to New York, they go to New York, the students go to New York. And we use the S form for he, she, it, and the airplane, the 747, whatever. So he goes to New York, she goes to New York, it goes to New York, the airplane goes to New York. Okay. Note also, the verb go is followed by to, T-O. So go is very special. All right, let's try practice. We'll practice some of these sentences, but remember, during these practices, you've got to speak aloud, okay? Look at this example. I say, I visit, and you make the sentence. I visit Mr. Dalton. I visit Miss, yeah, okay, you get the picture. All right, let's try some. I visit Mr. Dalton. We go. Good, we go to Los Angeles. They like the ocean and the beaches. We live in India, okay? You visit Miss Robinson. Mm-hmm. I live in Paris. They go to the baseball games. And then we have he go. Yeah, he goes to the baseball games. And she goes to the restaurant. And it, the 747, it goes to New York. That's great. All right, and now we have an exercise, and the exercise will provide an opportunity for you to write some of these sentences also, using the same verbs, of course. You will see, live, Mr. Dalton, in New York City, and you will write, Mr. Dalton lives in New York City. Easy, huh? Okay. Put the program on pause and look at the study guide, and please do the exercise. Return here when you're finished. All right, let's review. Live, Mr. Dalton. You wrote, Mr. Dalton lives in New York City. Visit, I visit Professor Chung, or I visit New York City. Go, we go to Shanghai each year. Like, they like the theaters and museums. Live, he lives in Moscow, okay? Visit, she visits me on New Year's. Live, We live in Paris. Go. They go to London for the theater. That's fine. I'll see you next time. Back again. Hello. This lesson focuses upon new verbs and some verb spelling hints. Hints are ideas. Take a look at this. Listen to. The students listen to Professor Simona. Study. They study English. Read. The teacher reads passages to the students. Answer. The teacher answers questions. Teach. The professor teaches computer science. Write. Professor Simona writes on the blackboard. Draw. He draws pictures on the board also. Speak. She speaks slowly. Do. The students do homework for the course. Okay, these are very common verbs. You've heard me say some of them before. Please learn them before going to the next lesson, and always use your dictionaries when you do your lessons. Okay? All right, let's practice these verbs and sentences from the graphic. I'll say the verb and you make the sentence. Listen to. Okay, the students listen to Professor Simona. Study. Good, they study English. Read. The teacher reads passages to the students. Answer. The teacher answers the questions. Teach. The professor teaches computer science. Okay, good. Write. Professor Simona writes on the blackboard. Draw. Professor Simona draws on the blackboard. Speak. She speaks slowly. Do. The students do homework for the course. Okay, that's great. I promised you some spelling hints for English verbs. And here they are. Look at the diagram. In most cases, the S form only requires an S. That's how it's got the name, right? Like becomes likes. She likes New York. Verbs which end with S or SH or CH or X or Z, they need ES for the form. So kiss ends in an S, becomes kisses. Wash becomes washes. Watch becomes watches. Mix becomes mixes. Quiz becomes quizzes. And then when the word ends in a consonant plus Y, we change the Y to I and add ES. So you can see, study ends in a Y, change it to an I and add an ES. Studies. Willie studies English. Marry also ends with a Y. Let's change it to an I, add an ES, and that becomes marries. The groom marries the bride. Okay? There you have it. All right, let's try an exercise. In this exercise, you must complete the sentence by writing the correct form of the verb. Pretty easy. You'll see a verb, listen, and the sentence, the teacher blank to the student. You put the correct form of the verb in the blank, listens, and you have the teacher listens to the student. Very easy stuff, right? So, put your program on pause, look at the study guide, and complete the exercise. Then come back here and we'll review it. Let's review that exercise with all those verbs. You saw the verb, listen, and the sentence, the teacher, blank, to the student. And you wrote, the teacher listens to the student. Good. Then, Willie studies the English language. He reads English every day. Professor Simona answers the students' questions. He usually teaches basic English. He often writes on the blackboard. The students sometimes draw on the blackboard. The teacher and the students speak in the classroom. Most students do their homework. Helen has 2 pencils and a pen. She often uses her pen in class. And the students practice English every day. That's a good job. Hi there. In this lesson, we're going to compare be verbs and other verbs. Compare means to look at 2 things. And we'll begin to study prepositions. Okay. Compare be and other verbs in this diagram. The be verb, I'm a teacher. Other verb, I teach English. You're a student. You speak French. She's from Colombia. She writes letters to Colombia. He's a friend. He studies English every day. We're busy. We have work to do. They're immigrants. They come from South America. Be verbs and other verbs. Okay, let's review the spelling of these other verbs because it makes a big difference. Make sure you notice the S forms. She teaches English in Japan. The driver speaks Korean. He studies English in the evenings. The instructor has a lot of work to do. He comes from Argentina. So we have ES, teaches, S, speaks, IES, studies, has as an irregular verb, and of course the regular S form. Okay, let's practice some of these now. In this practice, I would like you to make full sentences and, of course, say them aloud. We will use be and other verbs. I will say the sentence without the verb. For example, I, teacher. And you will say the sentence with the verb. I am a teacher. Be verb, right? Another one. I, English. I study English. Another verb, right? Okay. You can refer to the graphic for these verbs. Let's try it. Here we go. I, teacher. I am a teacher. That's good. I, English. I teach English. Good. You, student. You are a student. Okay? You, French. You speak French. Very good. She, from Colombia. Yeah, sure. She's from Colombia. She, letter to Colombia. She writes a letter to Colombia. That's great. He, friend. He's a friend, okay. He, English every day. He studies English every day. Perfect. We, busy. you're busy. We work to do. Yes, we have work to do. They immigrants. They're immigrants, okay? They from South America. They come from South America. Very good. Let's try an exercise. In this exercise, you will use be and other verbs just as you did in the practice. Of course, you must use the proper form. And for example, you will see this. You will see be, and you will see the sentence, Professor Simona blank in the classroom. The exercise is easy. You will complete the sentence by writing the correct form of the verb be or the appropriate verb. Shall we try it? Good. Now pause your program, look at the study guide, and please do the exercise. Let's review. You saw be and Professor Simona blank in the classroom now, and you wrote Professor Simona is in the classroom now. Great. Helen and Willie speak English well. They listen to the lessons very carefully. Professor Chung does the lessons on the blackboard. Yvonne often studies at the library. The students practice the English lessons at night. Masayo watches TV every morning. Mrs. Hill kisses her children every night. The teacher teaches English grammar. The children draw pictures in their rooms. Ms. Robinson likes New York City and baseball games. Very good. Hello again. In this lesson, we will study prepositions in English. And prepositions, you should remember, always indicate position or location. Now, I'm going to show you a picture, and then I'll show you the positions or locations these prepositions are used for. Over, above, on, upon, in, within, far from, close to, near, by, next to, beside, at, from, to, into, under, and beneath. Lots of positions, right? Okay. Now, let's make some sentences using prepositions and the verb be. Here's an example. I'll say over, and you make the sentence, the pencil is over the desk. I'll say on, you make the sentence, the pencil is on the desk. Okay? Let's try a few of these, just for practice. Over, the pencil is over the desk. Good. On, the pencil's on the desk. Above, the pencil's above the desk. Beside, the pencil's beside the desk. Under, the pencil's under the desk, that's good. Within, yes, the pencil is within the desk and hidden. That's great. All right, notice where I'm standing. I'm standing behind the desk. I'm behind the desk. I'm in front of the bookcase, and I'm between the desk and the bookcase. Okay? So the question, where am I standing? And your answer goes like this. Where am I standing? Behind. And your answer? You're standing behind the desk. Right. Where am I standing in front of? And the answer? You're standing in front of the bookcase. That's great. Another one. Where am I standing between? Your answer? You're standing between the desk and the bookcase. Okay, that's good. Now let's try some of these. Where am I standing? Behind. You're standing behind the desk. Good. Where am I standing? In front of. Yes, you're standing in front of the bookcase. Where am I standing? Between. You're standing between the desk and the bookcase. Okay, good. And now let's continue. Where am I standing? Behind. You're standing behind the desk. That's good. Where are the books? On. Good. The books are on the desk, or they're on the desk. Where's the cell phone? On. Good. The cell phone's on the desk. Where's the pencil? Beside. That's great. The pencil's beside the books. Where's the pencil? Next to. The pencil is next to the books. Perfect. Or it's next to the books. That's very good. Where's the diary? Above. Yeah, the diary's above the desk. It's above the desk. Okay? Where's the pencil? Over. It's over the desk. That's great. Now, in the exercise, you must write answers to the questions in your study guide. You should use the prepositions beside each question. For example, you'll see, where am I? And the preposition behind. Easy. You write, you're behind the desk. Okay? Great. Now, pause your program, look at the study guide, and please continue with the exercise. Come back here when you finish. All right, let's review. Where am I? Behind. You wrote, you're behind the desk. The books are on the desk, or they're on the desk. The pen is on the desk. The pencil is on the desk. The book is upon the desk. The pencil is beside the books. The teacher is in front of the bookcase. Good job.